How's it going, everybody? JT here, coming at you with another episode of Pokemon Go, and GoFest 2021 is right around the corner, and it's gonna have a ton of brand new shiny Pokemon, costume Pokemon, raids, XP galore. It's gonna be an insane time, but it might seem a little bit daunting for you first-timers, so I've come up with a fun tips and tricks video to help you succeed during this amazing event. Now, some of these tips you've probably heard in other videos, but there's a few tips that I haven't heard anybody talk about that I feel would be really helpful for you guys. So, with that being said, let's begin. Tip number 1 is to bring in research from before the beginning of GoFest. Once GoFest goes live, the researches are going to get re-rolled, which means we don't know if we're going to get encounter quests or just rare candy quests. We have no clue at all until it goes live, but you can bring in 3 researches with you, and those researches will have boosted shiny odds on them. It's been proven with community days in the past, say for Charmander Community Day. People have brought in 3 Charmander quests, and once they claim the rewards, sometimes they get shinies. It's not a guarantee that you'll get a shiny, but your odds are boosted on them. And luckily, there are 3 of the brand new shinies that are getting introduced in GoFest in these current rewards. So let's go over them. The first research is to catch 5 different species of Pokemon, and your reward will be Temple, which again is one of the brand new shinies, and it looks really good. I like it. The whole family actually looks pretty fantastic. And luckily, this is a pretty decently easy research to find. I find them all the time. And, I mean, the Temple line, there's 3 of them, so you probably want to boost your odds of getting the full set here, and this is a very easy quest to complete, especially during GoFest. You don't need to complete this one before GoFest. You can just catch the Pokemon during GoFest, because there's going to be a ton of different ones out there. So, pretty easy to find, pretty easy to complete, and you have a decently good chance of getting a high IV shiny Temple that you could turn into a Seismitoad. The second research is to spin 5 Pokestops or gyms, and that is an encounter with Whismur, which is again another 3-stage Pokemon that has a brand new shiny in the game. And this is a fun one, I like it a lot, and this research is also very easy to find and very easy to complete. You could either do it during the beginning of GoFest or before GoFest, it doesn't really matter. It's not that hard to do unless you're in an area with no stops or gyms at all, which I highly recommend you do not play in these areas unless they have high spawn rates, but yeah. Very easy to do, and if you want to complete the line, then you probably want to focus on this one. And the third research, and the most important one in my opinion, is to hatch 2 eggs, and that gives you an encounter with Audino, which I feel is going to be the hardest one to get post-GoFest in my opinion, because these things are very hard to find in the wild period. Like, I see them occasionally, and they do come out of 10-kilometer eggs, so maybe they'll have a high shiny rate, maybe like Chansey, seeing that this is the Gen 5 Chansey. But out of all of them, this definitely feels like it's going to be the rarest one. So if you bring in 3 of these encounters and get 1 shiny, you don't have to worry about it any longer. Plus it does have a Mega Evolution, so you might want to try to get yourself a better, maybe even possible Shundo Audino for Mega Audino. But it is like one of the worst Megas out there, so it's definitely doesn't really matter if you do that or not, but personally to me, I feel like this is the most important one to focus on. Now, by no means does this mean that you are guaranteed a shiny from these rewards, but it's worth a shot. You never know, you could start off GoFest with a Shundo of something, which would be really, really, really cool, so definitely go for it, and you might get lucky. Tip number 2 is something that I hope you guys are doing already, and that is to stack up heavy on balls. You want to have as many balls as possible for GoFest, because if you run into a shiny and you're out of balls, it's going to suck, because either you're going to pay for them, or you're going to run from that shiny and spin a stop and hope that you get the right balls so you can catch your shiny. I would say focus mostly on Pokeballs and Ultra Balls. You really don't need these at all, but if you really want great balls, they're okay, you know, they're basically just slightly better Pokeballs, but I'd say just go after the easy stuff and keep the Ultras for the stuff that you really, really want. Tip number 3 is to scout out your local area for the best spawn points possible for the event. You want to try to find something that has a nice 30-minute loop to it. Whether you're driving or walking, you want it to last at least 30 minutes to an hour, because a Pokemon spawn usually is timed to about 30 minutes to an hour. So if you can find something that gives you a couple hundred spawns for 30 minutes to an hour, and when you go in that loop, you're gonna get a ton of spawns, and if it's a 30-minute one, you get 2 loops of really good spawns on them. It's the best thing to do. It's better than walking around blindly and hoping that you find like a good spot. Scout ahead, make sure you find something, and since you guys live in these areas, You probably know where the best spots already are, so just make sure that you find the best spots with spawns and stops. You're gonna have a great time. Tip number 4 is that you want to Mega Evolve your Pokemon during GoFest, because when you Mega Evolve, you gain an extra candy when you catch Pokemon that share the same typing as the Mega Evolved Pokemon. And you can be strategic about this as well. Since there's an ocean habitat, and following that there's going to be a cave habitat, you can think that probably during that ocean hour there's gonna be a lot of water types, and in the cave hour, probably a few dark types, right? Well, Mega Gyarados works very good for that because it is a water and dark type, so you don't have to Mega Evolve something every single hour. You can be strategic about it. Now again, we don't know what the spawns are at the moment, but once we do figure this out, you might be able to plan this out a little better, and you might only have to do maybe at tops 4 Mega Evolutions, but again, we don't know yet, and you definitely don't have to do this, but if you want to get more candies, you definitely want to Mega Evolve. Another thing you really want to bring with you is an auto catcher. I have the Pokeball Plus, but you can also use the Pogo Plus or the Gotcha, it doesn't matter, but there's going to be raids that you're going to be doing during this time on day 1 for sure. You want to get that Galarian Zigzagoon and Galarian Ponyta shiny with the hat. Yeah, that pulls you away from spawns though, but this thing luckily will help you catch things, but I wouldn't solely rely on these, because this is a thing where you can throw one ball with this, and if it doesn't catch, whatever it is ran, even if it was shiny. Shinies are not a guaranteed catch, so yeah, use these sparingly, but if you're gonna do a raid, or if you're at a point where you're not able to look at your phone for whatever reason, this will be very helpful for you. And the last tip I wanna share with you guys is to catch using AR. As you can see right here, this just takes too long. That's not shiny, boom, how about this one? It's taking way too long, but now watch this. I'm gonna go back to the Magikarp. I'm gonna turn on AR and make sure you don't have Niantic AR turned on or this won't work. But there you go. See, look, there we go. Magikarp, not shiny. Bunnelby, not shiny, run. Hey, look, a Pidgey, not shiny, run. Hey, look at that, an Illumise, not shiny, run. So much faster to do it this way, especially if you quick catch. I mean, seriously, boom, quick catch, there we go. Move on with that one. Quick catch, hopefully, boom, we hit it, nice. How about the Pidgey? Oh my god, look at this. I missed, that's fine, it doesn't matter. Let's go back to the Pidgey though. Oh god, look, it's a shiny Pidgey. Turn on AR, and you'll get the sparkles that you want. You can catch it normally, but for fast checking and fast catching, especially with huge boosts and spawns, this is probably the best thing for you guys to do, because again, as you saw here, this is just way faster. Look how much faster this is. Yeah, especially if you're in a moving vehicle, it's definitely worth it. You know, I just realized that some of you guys might not actually know how to fast catch, so might as well throw that in here, right? So, let me show you. Let's click on the Illumise here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna fast catch this slower so you guys can see what I'm doing. So what you do is you put your thumb over the berry icon, and as you can see, it got bigger there, right? Hold your thumb on there, then with your other finger, grab onto the ball, do a throw, and try to hit it. Okay, come on, try to hit it. Boom, all right, so once it hits it, you let go, and as you can see, the berry icon showed up here. Click on the screen, make it go away, and now the run icon's in the corner, and you press it. That's all you gotta do. Let's try it again with the Weedle, but this time we're gonna be a little faster. So as you can see, it spawns in, thumb over thing, spin, throw, let go, and run. It's kind of hard to get used to like right away, but once you get it, it's pretty simple and pretty easy. And again, I do it with AR on so that the checks are faster and I can just blitz through everything, no worries at all. So yeah, this is what I would definitely recommend doing because it's really fast. You know what, I lied. There's one more thing I want to mention, and this is a very obvious one, but guys, make sure you do have your battery backups. These things will save your life during this event because unless you want to sit down somewhere and charge, if you have the ability to do so, or you're car grinding, these will save your life. They really, really, really will. I bought a heavy duty one. This is the one I use all the time in my videos, and it keeps my phone alive for like 18 hours. So definitely make sure you have these things, and also make sure to wear sunscreen and have water on you and everything. But yeah, get a battery backup because without this, you might be a little screwed. And that's all the tips I really have for you guys. Unfortunately, when it comes down to it, there's really nothing else I can really think of, you know, like you could possibly look at nests. Maybe nests will turn into one Pokemon. That would be pretty interesting, but I don't know. I mean, it kind of worked for Safari Zones in the past, so maybe check out some nests. But other than that, yeah, mostly just focus on those researches in the beginning and just try to find yourself some good paths, because if you get yourself a good loop, that's pretty much all you need in order to get all the shinies you want. Try to get something that gives you a couple hundred checks and yada yada, you'll be set. But anyways, guys, This is gonna be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please smash the like button, show me some love, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell icon so you know when I upload. And also, comment down below, guys, are you excited for GoFest 2021? And what shiny are you guys gonna be hunting for the most? Personally, I really want that Audino, but what do you want? Please, let me know. And if you really love the content and you wanna help the channel grow even more, there's a link to my Patreon in the description box below. But with that being said, this is going to be the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one.